Hello, Chang Gang family. Welcome back to the Chang Kitchen. As always, Emma is in the kitchen with us. She loves to bake, she loves to cook, she loves to be in the kitchen. Today, we are gonna bake something I can eat. Woo woo. We are gonna bake some sugar-free goods because I'm currently on the keto diet plan. I call it keto-licious. Once in a while, I like to have some baked goods. And if you like sugar-free treats, maybe this is a recipe you want to try. Or if you are also doing keto, maybe this is a recipe you want to try. Or if you just want to have less sugar in your life, try out this recipe. The sugar substitute we are going to be using will be from Costco. It is this erythritol and monk fruit. I'm going to warn you that the erythritol gives a little bit of a cooling sensation to your mouth. That'll signal to you that it's not real sugar, but you know what? Sometimes you have to make sacrifices for the sweet treat. These are 3 recipes that I found online that looked really good. So we are gonna actually be baking them up for the very first time, trying them out and letting you know if they're worth keeping in our recipe file. So without further ado, let's get to our first recipe. Our first recipe is going to be ginger cookies. For each recipe, I'm gonna bring you in so that you are close up and personal, watching the ingredients being added and stirred together. All right, let's begin. Now that we have you pulled into our awesome mixing bowl here, we are going to mix the wet ingredients. First, we need 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. You did an amazing job, Emma. Megan, go ahead and put our background music on low. All right. All right, Emma, so let's add the egg in and we can start mixing the egg. Now we need to add 2/3 cup of almond butter. We don't have almond butter. We're going to substitute it with this and hope for the best. Let's add this in. Emma is becoming a pro at using the KitchenAid mixer. Alrighty, you got the sugar in there?
Yep.
Okay, now we need the vanilla. Okay.
Oh, it's not sticking anymore.
Yep, so that's our wet ingredients. This is gonna make like 10 cookies. Everyone gets one. Normally, when I cook for the fam, I double or triple the recipe. In this case, because we're trying the recipe out for the first time, we're just gonna do the single batch and see how it goes and see if it's worth double or tripling in the future. We're gonna move on to the dry ingredients now, Emma. Let's move you guys over to our dry ingredient bowl. Don't mind all the pears in the background. Those are waiting to go into the dehydrator. We've been dehydrating our fruit lately. The kids love it. So we went from a craze of everyone wanting frozen fruit to now dehydrating it. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add some fresh ginger, just a little bit of fresh, because I think that's really gonna bring out the ginger flavor of these ginger cookies. It does call for powdered ginger. I'll put a little bit in, but you can't ever beat the fresh stuff.
Cinnamon. What is close? It looks kind of like dirt.
All right, so what we're gonna do, Emma, is we're gonna add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and stir it together, okay? Let's get this dough out. I'm gonna cover this ball of dough, and it's gonna go in the refrigerator just to chill for about 20 minutes so that it hardens a bit, it'll be easier to work with. While the ginger cookies are in the refrigerator, just chilling, we're gonna start cookie number 2, the classic peanut butter cookie, keto style. Oh, nothing like the smell of peanut butter cookies. Yum, yum, yum. All right, so that's that. Let's start putting these onto a baking sheet, and this will be our first cookie to go into the oven. The quantity of this that these recipes make is so hilarious to me. We have never, ever done a recipe with this little quantity. Not even when it was just Megan. In fact, when we had just one child, because I came from a big family, I would still make large amounts because I was just so used to making large amounts of food that I never adjusted. We're gonna get this little scooper, this little handy dandy cookie scooper, which if you've never made cookies with a scoop like this, oh, why isn't it focusing? This is super handy, and you can get them in different sizes. This one here, I believe, is a 2 tablespoon scoop. Of that monk fruit sweetener in here, so if it starts sticking, Emma can stick the back of her fork in here, and it does add a little extra sweetness on the cookie as well as. So I'm going to give you a tip, Emma. So you dip it in there, you do the ends of the fork. It gives it a little more deeper groove if you do the ends.
That's how you make it so.
Yeah. Cookie number 2, cookies are cooking in the oven. While that bakes up, we're gonna move on to cookie number 3, the classic chocolate chip cookie. Let's add our favorite butter to the mix. Smooth like
Butter.
Now we're gonna add, Emma, 1 cup of chocolate chips. You can get these at both Costco and Sam's. And actually, I think we actually got this particular bag at Sam's. Way cheaper than a much smaller bag at Target or some other grocery store. We are young. Okie dokie, Emma, let's start scooping these out onto the baking sheet. Oh, Emma, I forgot a secret ingredient. This is what I do with my regular, special, awesome chocolate chip cookies. I add just a little pinch of sea salt. Just a small amount. And it's that little pinch of sea salt. I'm just gonna add this pink sea salt. And I just add a little bit on each one. So I just put some in my hand and I just go rub it back and forth and just give each one a few sprinkles. Okay, Emma, do you wanna do the rest? Okay, Emma's gonna do the rest. Give everybody a little bit. That is the secret ingredient to chocolate chip cookies, y'all. You could do that to many a cookie because that extra little bit of salt and sweet. Here is the refrigerated ginger cookie. The peanut butter cookies are done. They're out of the oven. They've cooled. So now we're going to add some chocolate. All right, friends, now for the finale. Our favorite part. Yes! Here are the 3 cookies that we just baked. We have here the ginger cookies, the chocolate chip cookies, and the peanut butter cookies with some extra bonus chocolate on top. And some of them have a pecan as well. And this, I think, is the very first time in a cooking, baking video that I get to taste test, y'all. Woo woo! We're gonna start with the ginger cookies. This is what they look like. Let's get a close-up. There we go. That's the close-up of the ginger cookie. Let's do it. Let's do this taste test. It's very subtle. I think by adding that fresh ginger, really upped it a notch. And actually, if I made this again, I would add a lot more fresh ginger, but I like them. Emma, what's happening over here? You do need to understand when cooking with just almond flour, your cookies or baked goods will be a lot more crumbly. So when taking them out of the oven, you do need to let them cool for a little bit before handling because they'll just fall apart on you. Emma, we still have 2 more to try. Chocolate chip? All right, chocolate chip it is. Remember our secret ingredient, and that's the sprinkle of sea salt on top. Very crumbly. I give this a thumbs up right away. What do you think? So far, I think we're 2 for 2. I think both of them are really good. Now, I will say, do not compare this to either one of these to a flour and sugar cookie because real sugar and real flour, because it's not going to compare, but on their own, especially for myself who hasn't had anything like this in a month, over a month now, they're really tasty. All right, the final cookie. Okay, so one with a pecan, one without. You could also, I didn't have them, but you could also chop up peanuts because they are peanut butter cookies and sprinkle them on top of the chocolate. That would be delicious. I think this one's gonna be my favorite because there's nothing like the marriage of chocolate and peanut butter. Delicious. All right, friends, we enjoyed those 3 cookies. Me being the only keto person in the family, I really enjoyed all 3 cookies. The boys came in and they tried one of each. They liked them all. Actually, the order that I like these cookies are in the order they were placed. My top was definitely the peanut butter with the chocolate. Second would be the chocolate chip with that additional sea salt sprinkled on top. And my third is the ginger. I hope you enjoyed these 3 recipes. We had fun making them for you. And you know what? If you're not sugar-free or on the keto-licious plan, just use the real stuff, use the real sugar. I'm sure they'll turn out just as good. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. And as always, we send you our love and appreciation. Bye-bye. Mwah.